Hello, everyone. It's so good to be here again. Thank you so much for always being here. We're here to keep you updated with the latest happenings in Nigeria, especially in the area of politics and many more. And I hope that you'll hit the subscribe button if you're here for the first time. And if you're here, a returning subscriber, thank you for always believing in us. And thank you for always being here. And right here, is really something that has been going on in Edo State, but we'll bring you details. Remember that the PDP and the other party members have been really hard on the governor of Edo State, and that alone has caused a lot of issues in the past months. And not just that, remember that the governor of Edo State just swore in. He just decided to pick some commissioners and even get some people at the House of Assembly and all of that. They did all of that. But, for months, there were nobody, and everyone was wondering how is it going to run this government without having to put people in the right positions. But of course, he has done that. But guess what? There are more issues than when there were no people right there. But I'll bring you more details. But please stay tuned. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you can get updated anytime we drop a new video. Yes, we remember that the Edo State governor has gone through a lot from one crisis to another, even though he left the APC to the People's Democratic Party, PDP. The PDP has been more issues to him than even in the APC. Well, it says crisis is brewing in Edo State People's Democratic Party, PDP, between Governor Godwin Obaseki and prominent chieftains over the choice of Board of Trustees. That is the BOT members and the control of the chapter Southwest Bureau Chief, BC Olaniyi. Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki on June 19 last year defected from the then governing All Progressive Congress APC to the People's Democratic Party PDP after he was disqualified by the APC's governorship screening panel in Abuja. Comrade Adams Oshiomhole was the national chairman of the party. Leaders of PDP at the state, zonal and national level welcomed Obaseki into the party while they prevailed on the three frontline governorship aspirants, including the billionaire philanthropist Kenneth Imaswagbon, an Abuja-based lawyer, to step down for the new bride, and as mark of respect for party leaders, they voluntarily did. Obaseki got his re-election ticket in PDP, but he continued with his total war against his benefactor and immediate Edo Governor Oshiomhole, who appointed him a Lagos-based investment banker as the chairman of his economic team for almost 8 years, with the incumbent Edo governor prompting some leaders of Oshiomhole's ward in Esako West local government in Edo North Senatorial District to suspend him, which dragged for many months in court. But Oshiomhole was removed as the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress APC, though a court of competent jurisdiction later squashed the purported suspension. Governorship candidates of the all political parties, cleared by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), immediately moved to the three senatorial districts of Edo for aggressive campaigns. But the September 19, 2020 governorship election was a straight fight between Obaseki and the more experienced standard-bearer of APC, Pastor Osage Ize-Iyamu, a former secretary to Edo State Governor SSG and 2016 governorship candidate of PDP. Ize-Iyamu would have floored Obaseki during the bloody governorship election of September 19 last year, but the invention of the presidency, which sent some APC governors and top officials of the federal government names withheld to the Oba of Benin, Omoba Edo Ukwa Polopolo, Oba Iware too, before the poll to prevail on Ize-Iyamu and other leaders of the party APC to allow second term for Obaseki and accept the outcome of the poll. Izeyamu, as a mark of respect for APC leaders, decided not to challenge at the tribunal the results of the massively rigged September 19 last year's governorship election, while presumably preparing for 2024 battle with Obaseki would have completed his constitutionally approved 2 terms in office. Obaseki and his deputy Philip Shaibu, a former member of the House of Representatives who hails from Edo North Senatorial District and who is determined to succeed the incumbent Edo governor in 2024, thereby blocking the chances of indigenes of Edo Central Senatorial District, were colorfully inaugurated for a second term on November 12, 2020 at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium, Benin City. Shortly after Obaseki's second term inauguration, he had a fierce battle with members of the Dr. Tony Aizegbeni-led State Working Committee of PDP in Edo over his move to dissolve that ward local government and state executive of the party in the state in order to accommodate the defectors. Members of Aizegbeni-led State Working Committee of Edo PDP, however, kicked against Obaseki's plot and reported him to the National Working Committee of the party, while declaring that only condition for harmonization would be the resignation of Edo Deputy Governor and his replacement by one of the old members of the People's Democratic Party. The fierce battle eventually led to the suspension of Aizegbeni. The development further divided the party, but following interventions by party chieftains who described Aizegbeni's suspension unconstitutional and illegal, he was thereafter reinstated. Last week, a socio-political group, the Edo PDP Integrity Group, declared that the appointment as members of the Board of Trustees (BOT) of PDP of 2 of its chieftains from the state, High Chief Raymond Tokpese and Chief Mike Ogiadome, defeated the ideals of a united Edo that ought to be rooted in equity, justice, and fair play. It condemned in strong terms the appointment of Tokpese and Ogiadome into the board of PDP through the alleged influence of PDP's national vice chairman, South-South Chief Don Obi, the immediate chairman of the party in Edo State. Obaseki recommended the reappointment of Ogiadome and another chieftain of PDP from Edo, Chief Tom Ikimi, for another 3 years, second term, but Obi allegedly used this position to drop Ikimi, which the group described as gross injustice and totally against the spirit of fair play. Integrity Group and others came also and made a press statement in Benin City, regarding all of this. Well, guys, you can see that there's a lot of issues in the People's Democratic parties in Edo State, and all they're trying to do is just to, make ridicule the government of Godwin Obaseki in Edo State, because of course he is just someone who is loved by the people and someone who is ready to serve the people, but most of the things surrounding him do not even support his pushing the state forward. But of course, what can man do? The president is right there frustrating the efforts of all Nigerians who supported him, let alone, a governor who is also trying his best, and a lot of his party people are also trying to frustrate his effort. Is a normal thing here. So guys, that is it. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Drop your comment. Let's hear from you. And also give this video a thumbs up. To have a pleasant time. Bye for now.